欢迎收看今天的汉天新闻，我是张潇。首先来看国际方面消息。英国警方在23日于伦敦东部一个工业园区内的一辆卡车后部发现39具尸体，怀疑是通过非常规渠道来到英国的偷渡客，令英国及中国当局相当震惊。英国警方确认39具尸体都是中国人，目前案件仍在调查中。中国外交部已就此事官方发言，并表示将派驻英国使馆专员前往事故发现地点协助调查。
Officials here in China say they are still working to confirm details on this new revelation by police in the UK, that the 39 victims found dead in a container are believed to be Chinese nationals. Chinese embassy officials in the UK are headed to the scene and say that they received the news with heavy hearts. Meantime, Chinese embassy officials in Belgium, where the container was shipped from, are demanding in a statement that Belgian police fully investigate the case. This investigation brings up memories of a similar incident in 2000. 58 Chinese nationals found dead in a cargo container in Dover, UK. Now, 7 people were later convicted for their deaths. For China, it is not only a tragedy, but this most recent case also raises questions as to why people might leave. The country just celebrated 70 years since the founding of the People's Republic, and along with it, the prosperity that has come to many Chinese people. The Chinese government often touting that some 850 million people have come out of poverty, but that still leaves millions more who might flee for economic reasons or ethnic minorities who have faced increased oppression in recent years. It's not clear if the victims were among those groups, but that is certainly a question that will be asked. And it's a topic that's trending on social media here in China. Some posting in disbelief that in today's China, people would leave for economic reasons. Others circulating conspiracy theories, many demanding answers from the UK. It seems Chinese officials here do not want this to circulate too widely. As we've been reporting on this topic, they have been censoring our coverage, suggesting their concern as to how this might be received by Chinese residents. David Culver, CNN, Beijing.
目前，中国驻英国使馆负责领事事务的龚世贤参赞已经抵达了事发的地点，并且与当地的警方取得了联系。英国的警方表示，仍然在核实遇难者的身份，目前尚无法确认是否为中国国籍。中国政府对报道出来的这一案件高度的重视。目前呢，中方各有关部门正在密切的合作，展开各项工作。我们希望英方尽快的确认、核实遇难者的身份，查明事实真相，依法严惩涉案犯罪人员。正式访问。
日前，一名土耳其总统身边的消息人士表示，土耳其方面将彻查关于申诉叙利亚武装犯有战争罪一事。总统埃尔多安日前刚刚再次表示，将继续对抗叙利亚境内的他所谓的恐怖主义势力，并且没有像美国许诺的那样选择撤军。这一行为导致了叙利亚民主力量的不满，认为土耳其在持续进行的依然是针对叙利亚的攻击。
President Erdogan says that his troops will now be going metre by metre, in his words, to clear out the remaining elements of the Syrian Democratic Forces from the territory that they were supposed to have left under the agreement with President Donald Trump. But there is a much more important agreement which was struck in Sochi with Vladimir Putin and with the endorsement of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad out of Damascus, which is to get Russian military police to patrol the borders, to allow Syrian government forces in to secure the border areas, but more importantly, to try to get the Syrian Democratic Forces, dominated by Kurdish fighters, to withdraw from 32 kilometers, a band of territory right along the Syrian Turkish border that runs 32 kilometers deep into Syrian territory. The Turks want that completely demilitarized of the SDF by Saturday, and that's going to be highly problematic, not least because many ordinary civilian Kurds are extremely fearful of the presence not only of the Turkish forces, the proxy forces that the Turks are using, mostly Arabs, to fight the infantry part of their battle on the ground, but they're also extremely anxious about the presence of their own government's forces, which of course have a record of atrocious human rights abuses over many years. So the real issue will be, will the Kurds fully withdraw inside from that 32 kilometers territory, that band of territory along the border, and prevent any further bloodshed. And if that happens, it's all got to have happened by mid-Saturday.
根据澳大利亚国家公园董事会决定，从26日起将禁止游客攀登具有澳大利亚红色心脏之称的巨岩乌鲁鲁。当地政府旅游部门对这一决定表示支持，并称公园内其他景点依然对外开放。乌鲁鲁巨岩又名艾尔斯岩石，高348米，是世界上最大的整体岩石，也是澳大利亚境内的文化和自然双重世界遗产。当地时间25日一大早，数百名游客就排起长队，希望能够抓紧最后机会登顶这块巨岩。
It's the end of an era for one of Australia's most iconic natural landmarks. Ulleru's Climb closed. Tourists queued from 4:30, eager to climb the rock one last time.
We've been here since 5:15 and hoping that we could get up there, but it seems the wind is not going to settle down, so we'll wait a little bit longer and see how we go.
I got the opportunity yesterday to climb the rock, and it's definitely great to at least say I've climbed it. Just hoping I get the chance to climb it again.
I'm here in Uluru today because in 2006 I climbed it the first time, and I heard it's going to be closing today. So about 6 months ago I decided to come back and climb it one last time.
But once inside, they were kept waiting, windy conditions making it too dangerous. 3 hours later, tourists were racing up the rock, much to the disgust of traditional owners. In November 2017, they decided to close the climb for good, fed up with people walking over and defecating on their sacred site. The decision intensified what was already a long-running heated debate. The controversial chain leading tourists up the Big Red Rock was erected in 1963 by local cattle grazier Peter Severin. It will begin being dismantled next week.
This time of the year we're coming into the summer, which is our quieter time, so of course numbers are going to drop, as they do every year as you come off the cooler months into the hotter months. That's absolutely normal. What the dip's going to be after these huge numbers in the last couple of years, nobody really knows. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Will it dip? Yes. How far that dip is, we're not sure.
Parks Australia says it will closely monitor the rock, but despite facing fines of up to $10,000, many believe this won't be the last time they'll see someone scaling Uluru.
86年来，美国首都华盛顿首次举行棒球世界大赛。对于华盛顿国民队的球迷来说，这场盛事令人激动不已。当地现在处处都弥漫着浓郁的棒球气息，许多店家都针对本周末的比赛推出了相应的产品，表达对即将到来的体育盛事的期待。
As the World Series moves from Houston to DC for Game 3,
if you're in the World Series, you're going to feel it and you're going to have a really good time.
The city is abuzz over something most sports fans have never seen. World Series baseball in Washington.
The vibe is great. I love being here right now.
After fielding a team for most of the 20th century, baseball left the nation's capital in 1971 and didn't return until 2005. Now, the Nationals have brought the World Series to D.C. for the first time since 1933.
We've been Nationals fans for a long time, so it's good for them finally to get, what they deserve.
With the series 86 years in the making, they're the toast of the town, celebrated with commemorative brews like the 86 Years Double IPA on tap at stadium neighbor Blue Jacket Brewery.
We don't really brew beers for specific occasions unless they're extremely special. And obviously the Nationals being in the World Series is one of those occasions.
And cocktails like the Salt Line's Zim's Cup, in honor of part owner and Nationals first baseman Ryan Zimmerman.
Everyone's just excited to have an all-star game in here, and I think people are going to be 10 times more excited to have a World Series in D.C. for the first time in almost a century.
As for a World Series victory, it's been even longer. This video from the Library of Congress shows the Washington Senators' defeat of the New York Giants in 1924, 95 years ago.
Here's the 1924 World Series press
Curator Susan Rayburn says she's had a number of requests for items related to that long-ago win.
Here we've got a wonderful headline up top that says, "First in war, first in peace, first in baseball.
While most DC fans have little doubt in their 2019 predictions,
if the Nats win the World Series, I should say when the Nats win the World Series.
Win or lose, it's the series of a lifetime. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
休息一下，马上回来。